free range of motion. They can get down, they can get up. They're not really thinking about how they're moving because it's easy. Second one. Well, that might be a bodybuilder who doesn't do any stretching. They don't have free range of motion. They might be strong, the ball might have gone further, but do they have freedom of movement? Okay, the last one. This doesn't necessarily have to be an older person. It can be a younger person. When you see it, it's sad, right? So they're looking down, they see the ball, but do they reach for it?
No, they might fall.
That's right.
There are fall risks.
Yes, so fear comes into factor. So those are the three scenarios. So I'm going to talk about the fascia factor today. So can somebody get the lights? Are you guys familiar with fascia? Fascia. A lot of work in fascia these days. So the fascial factor, how fascia plays an important role to the part of our well-being. Every part of our well-being, really. Okay. So fascia is a sleeve of stringy connective tissue. It surrounds every part of the body. It is three-dimensional web. So when you look at fascia at a microscopic level, it looks like two diamonds. So it moves three-dimensionally. Muscles glide and slide. Okay, you go concentric towards a contraction or eccentric. Fascia moves in all different directions, which is kind of fascinating. It provides support to your muscles, tendons, ligaments, tissues, organs, nerves, joints, and bones. When the fascia is healthy, it is flexible, it stretches, so think about the kid. You move every direction. When the fascia is tight, it can restrict movement and cause painful health conditions. So just think about that last guy. Does he hurt? Yeah. And we will find out, because I'm going to have you stand in that posture later. It's not easy. And it's not necessarily from, how do I go to the next one? So it's not necessarily from being weak. The fascia tightens up, okay? So it's hard to move. It actually gets stronger in that posture, which is called kyphotic posture. Okay, so how do we keep it healthy? It's important to keep it healthy. Some ways to make sure you're keeping your fascia healthy is staying physically active, moving around as much as possible. Make sure you get as much regular exercise as possible. Stretch frequently. I asked you one day, how many people stretch every day? Yeah, stretch every day, 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be that long. This can lessen pain and inflammation. Also, maintaining good posture, slumping over tightens your fascia. Different ways of helping it is foam roll, get a massage, see a chiropractor for soft tissue work. Okay, so this is scary. Take a gander. So forward head is another way of saying kyphotic posture. And look at how much weight, if you're at 45 degrees, 42 pounds extra you're carrying around. So let's think about that.
Yeah.
I know. It's a lot of work, which tires you out. You have less energy. You might be afraid to move because you fear fasting. Once you have fear of falling, then you move less. So it's not a great cycle to get into. So the fascia is really dehydrated and overstretched in the back. The springs in Pilates work the fascia because, and I'll pass the spring around, so it lengthens the muscle, and so it's a stretching system for fascia, really, when you think about it. The exercises encourage us to stretch the entire plane of the body all at once, so not just working in one direction, which a lot of techniques do. So no matter what age or where your body is at, and because maintaining it is incredibly healing and can change your quality of life now and into the future. So now I want to show you some of the tools I use for fascia. I can have the lights up, please. So everybody's seen a foam roller before, right?
Yeah.
I bought the baby one. So I carried this regular foam roller on the subway in New York years ago, and nobody even looked at me, but they're very rare back then, and now you can get them at Target, okay? If you have, does anybody have sciatica or piriformis syndrome, which is different from sciatica? Sciatica comes from your back. Piriformis is overuse of your external rotation. This is amazing, the shape of it. So this has become like a huge cottage industry. I used to get catalogs that were this thin for different types of fascia work, and now they're like this big. It's a huge industry. We have balls, and I like the lighter weight ones. This one is not the densest. The densest is called a pinky ball, but this one is pretty hard if you want to pass it around. Sorry. This is called the stick. The stick is good if you can't get on your back. So I like the stick, actually. I might use this. This is great on the bottom of your feet. Yeah, there's actually it's called a posterior fascial line that goes all the way down your back. You put this under your foot if anybody wants to try it later. And if you stretch your hamstrings, you'll see you can go a lot further if you work the fascia on the bottom of your feet.
Margaret's my best friend.
So,
Start rolling each other.
yeah, so actually, let me say something about that though. So how many people in the gym, when they roll out, roll really fast? See anybody do that?
That's not good.
That's not good. Yeah,
Incorrect way.
that's right. So you want to really take your time with it. It calms the nervous system, and you get more hydration from the fascia. It's like a sponge. You get the water in the fascia and nutrients after you roll it out. So here's one of the springs in Pilates. This is a leg spring. This is a light leg spring. I've got many, many springs for everywhere, but just so you get a feel for, so if your leg is in here, you're lengthening the muscle, okay? So it gives you stretch and strength at the same time. You want to pass that around?
Kathy, does that like clip onto the wall?
Oh, no, I have different, we call it apparatus. So that goes on to the tower, and yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have all the main pieces. I have the best in the business. I went for it this time. Yeah. Okay, so that's that part. So everybody, if you want to sit down, that's fine. You can't break the spring.
Don't let it slip, so.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm watching you do that all the time.
That's a liability.
but
Let
be
me not do that.
but be careful if you put your hands here, because they can bite.
Oh, yeah, oh, yes.
Okay, so you can stand up or stay seated for this is my fourth part of my presentation.
Okay.
Okay, so I want everybody to stand in the most kyphotic posture you can manage.
Most what?
Kyphotic, rounded. Yes, okay, now breathe. Keep the round shape. Can you breathe?
Difficult.
It's difficult. Can you smile?
Sure.
Kind of.
Kind of, it's limited. Can you rotate to the side? Can you turn to the side?
You mean like this?
Yeah, just turn to the side. No.
Much.
Yeah. Okay, you can stand up straight. So,
Sounds like, oh.
let's just do a couple of things without foam rolling to loosen the fascia. So you're going to take one arm forward and one arm back, and you're going to really reach it. You can bend your knees
Oh my gosh.
and reach. So think of moving
Oh, okay.
the fascia, not the muscles. So it's all that connective tissue. You feel that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I'm no person that doesn't stretch. I'm
Oh.
supposed to, but I don't.
Yeah. Feels good, doesn't it?
Wow.
Feels great.
Okay, now you're going to take one arm up and one arm back.
Oh, I don't know, I'm kind of coordinated.
That's it. Good.
That's not coordinated.
That's okay. Okay. No, you don't have to be. It's just moving your fascia. So what we're trying to do is loosen up. So what happens, this gets really tight. It starts from weakness for that posture, weakness in the rhomboids, tightness in the pec minor. And once you start staying in that shape for a long time, you build this big sheath of fascia. And what I do when I see somebody, I try to loosen up the fascia before I strengthen the back. Because I don't want to loosen somebody like this, okay?
All right.
It just gets them deeper into their disorder. Okay, so now you're gonna have your hands on your legs and just lift the chest and lower. And take a deep inhale, lift. Sky up towards the ceiling. Sky up towards the ceiling, chest up towards the ceiling and lift. Open to the sky and down. And one more time and lift. Okay, now stand tall. Breathe. Does it feel better? Now rotate. Can you rotate easier? A little more freedom of movement. Okay? Now is it easier to smile? Ah, yes. Okay, so thanks for listening. That's it.